We need to update our minds. We need to update our minds. We spend so much time updating our phones, updating our consoles and our laptops, but we don't update our minds. And our mind is the most powerful tool of all. I mean, you wouldn't walk around with a broken screen, would you? No. So why are we walking around with old mindsets from 5 years ago? We always want the latest software on our phones. We always want the latest apps, the latest updates. But we don't update our mind, the most powerful tool there is. And when you're on a journey of purpose, you have to keep updating your mind. Now, in life and just the journey of life, the key to it is evolution. And how do you evolve? You evolve by updating your mind. Like some of you haven't read books since you left school. Imagine that. You haven't picked up a book since you left school. But yet, you want to be this, you want to be that. You got this dream, you got that dream. You're not updating your minds, you're not updating your brain. It's the most important tool, it's a really powerful tool. And when we're on a journey of purpose, we need to update it constantly. It needs to evolve constantly. Otherwise, we're going to be working on old software from back in the day, old mindsets, old pain, old trauma. And we don't want to walk around with old pain or old trauma. Come on, you know that, and I know this. We need to update our minds, guys. We say we want certain things. How are we going for it? How are we getting it? Our brains are complex. Because they're so complex with the wiring and the neurological pathways, they need to be updated at all times. We need to be building new pathways. How do you do that? We do that by reading, by getting 1% better every day. How do you get 1% better every day? You do the things that you're meant to be doing. You know? We're not worrying about these distractions, the TV, Netflix, what's going on over here, you know? Like, we need to stop refreshing our feed and start feeding our brains. You know, and the brain will thank you for it because the brain will look after you. You'll have more clarity when you do this. You know, reading books, whether it be in the morning or in the afternoon, or just reading things of substance. A lot of the stuff we take into our minds doesn't have any substance. So we're polluting our minds. Meanwhile, at the same time, our mind's just being attacked by imagery every single day. So most of us are constantly distracted. And when you're constantly distracted, the brain suffers. The brain suffers. And like I said, man, this channel's about healing, this channel's about purpose, this channel's about moving forward. And how do you move forward? You move forward by gaining the right knowledge and going in the right direction. Now, a lot of us are on autopilot. Why do I say we're on autopilot? Because we take in so much information in our brain, but the information we're taking in is literally disinformation. Why? Because, you know, it's not good information. Not all information is good information. You know, remember when our parents used to say, not everything that glitters is gold. Not everything that's for you is right for you. You know? And now we live in an age where we've got social media. Now we live in an age where the average person has got less attention than a goldfish. Then you start to wonder what's really going on. Now the difference between us, or the difference between you and where you want to be, or the people that you see that are where they are, is that they update their minds daily. They refresh their feed. They feed their brains. They're geared to elevate. They're geared to go forward. They're geared to, you know, be motivated to do the right thing. And this is a serious topic, guys. It doesn't surprise me why some people are where they are. Why? Because they don't update their mind. This as you know, you go to the gym, right? You go to the gym and you work on your body, whether it be to lose weight or just to look better. You're literally updating your body. You're making progress in that department. We also need to make progress in the matters of the mind. It's so important, guys. It's so important. And I want that for you. So let's think about how we can do it. How can we do that? How can we update our brains if we haven't been updating our brains? First of all, in the morning, you need you time. You need you time. Picking up your phone in the morning is not the proper thing to do. Why? Because you've been in a sleep state. When you've been in a sleep state, the first thing you don't need in the morning is a hit of dopamine. You don't need that. Right? You need to jump up out of bed. Yeah, see how the body's feeling. But even before you jump out of bed, just lay there. Give yourself some time. Like the first thing we're doing is reaching for our phones. And that isn't always a good, 1 second. There we go. Sorry guys, man, the sunlight was messing up the camera, man. So the first thing we do in the morning, we jump up, we reach for our phones. That's not good. Because when you jump up in the morning and you reach for your phone, it gives your body a hit of dopamine. And that dopamine soon wears off. But because you've been in a sleep state, we shouldn't be assaulting our brains with that type of imagery. So what we need to do in the mornings when we wake up is just take some time to feel ourselves. Take some time to think, lay there. Right? When I get up in the morning, I like to meditate for 10 minutes, immediately. Right? Remember, I've been sleeping. I want to continue that good feeling throughout the day. So I have a quick 10-minute meditation. It may work for you, it might not work for you. Right? So but I definitely highly recommend that. Second thing you could do is in the morning before you grab your phone, you could do 20 minutes worth of reading. This works great. Why? Because 20 minutes is a short burst. And within that short burst of reading, it means that you're more likely to commit to it. Because it's short. As opposed to saying, oh, let's do an hour long reading. You know, how much of us would rather do 20 minutes reading than an hour worth of reading? And then the more you do this, the more repetitions you do on this, the more you want to do it. And then you realize, like, well, hold on a sec. I'm actually quite zen, I'm quite happy, I'm quite, you know, blissful, peaceful. And that's how I wake up in the morning, guys. I add a little bit of exercise to that, get my 10,000 steps in, and I'm good. But some of us are just waking up and immediately scrolling on our phones. That's not good for the brain. That's not good for the brain at all. Right? How else can we update our brains? We have to stand guard at the door of our minds. Right? I love that quote. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Why? Because if you don't stand guard at the door of your mind, anything can get in. And once anything can get in, we're already in trouble. Because the brain is such a powerful tool, we want to be sure that what gets in is the right thing. Let's think about it. You wouldn't just eat anything, would you? When you're eating food, you make sure you're eating the correct food. When you're eating, you make sure you're eating things that, you know, are not poisonous. And that's the difference. We want to be allowing things into our brain that are not poisonous. So for example now, if we know we're watching certain things that we shouldn't watch, a lot of people watch porn, for example. Now, if we know porn's poisonous, we know it's not good for the brain, it's not good for confidence, it's not good for self-consciousness, it's not good for all of these things and more. There's a whole list of things why porn's wrong, and I'll probably make a video about that as well. But, you know, things like that, things that are going to poison us, things that are going to take away from us. We want to be adding to our brains. We want to be, you know, building our brains up, our minds. Now, some people may think it's not that deep. It is that deep, bro. If you haven't picked up a book since school, it is that deep. And that's probably why you're in the position that you are in now. And I don't want you in that position. This is why I make videos. Yeah, I want people to grow. I want people to live in their full potential. I want people to live their life of purpose. I want people to go after their dreams and chase their purpose and be about their purpose day in, day out. And the only way you do that is if you establish good habits. And updating your mind is one of them. Imagine that. Most people couldn't even live without their phones for a day. Most people couldn't live without their phones for a day. Oftentimes, I just turn my phone off. It'll be on, but there'll be no data, and it'll be on flight mode. I'm unreachable, especially when I'm doing the things that I know are updating my brain. 20 minutes reading, 10,000 steps, making sure I exercise. I'm making sure I'm focused, I'm locked in at this time. Why it's important? Because you have a better day. More peaceful, more blissful. Some of you may not be able to do that in the morning. Kids, etc., stuff like that. I get it. Work, commitments, I understand. But at least when you wake up in the morning, do not grab your phone straight away. That is a surefire way to, take away from you during the day. Take away from your excellence, let's say. Yeah, sit with yourself. Feel yourself. Sometimes, even before, remember, you've been laying down for hours. So to just lean over and pick up your phone, that's not great. Stand up. Feel your body. Feel how you feel. Because a lot of us judge the way we feel when we open our eyes. But remember, the body moves with energy. So if the body moves with energy, sometimes you have to get up and just do silly things and just shake about and, But it makes sense. This is why exercise is so good in the morning. This is why so many fitness instructors promote doing exercise in the morning, because it gives you that feel-good hit of dopamine. The correct hit of dopamine that you're able to sustain throughout the day. But I know you get it, guys. I know you watch these videos because you get it. And there'll be more of these videos, like I always say. We're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep updating. We're going to keep upgrading, and we're going to keep getting better. One video at a time. One video at a time. Hear me now. Because who don't hear must feel, and who does hear must heal. Positive is a new gangster. And I live by that. And I stand by that at all times. Yeah? So update your minds, update your life, and everything will be all right, man. Keep updating, man. Keep progressing, keep elevating. Evolution, man. We're aiming for 1% better each day. 1% better each day, guys. And if you like this video, please comment and subscribe and like. Let me say that again. If you like this video, please subscribe. Drop a comment in there about a time when you've updated your brain and how it's worked for you. It's a serious message, guys. And I hope it reaches the right ears. Right? I'm just driving back right now from a session. I do one-on-one sessions. I do one-on-one counseling with young men and women and adults as well, but mainly focus on young men and women at the moment involved in serious youth violence. And I just left a young man, and he had actually been updating his brain. He'd been updating his brain from the last time I left him, and I told him to do some exercises, till now. I was really impressed, really impressed. He knows what's good for him now, he knows what's not good for him. And I'm not saying you're a child, you know what's good for you and what's not good for you. But when it comes to matters of the brain, we're not always there, we're not always focused. It's called cognitive dissidence. Why? Because we know we could be doing something better, we know we should be doing something better, but we don't do nothing better. All right? Update your brains, guys. Update your minds. Update your life. I love that one. Update your minds, update your life. Look, I'm not going to take too much of your time. But I love you guys. I love making videos for you. And like I said, man, may this video reach the right ears. Yeah, may God bless my words and send them to the right people who need to hear them. And if you're hearing this video today, it was meant for you. Honestly, it was meant for you, man. Yeah, like I said again, I love you, and I'll see you in the next video, okay? Positive's a new gangster.